From yesterday's analysis that we had pretty much all of our entries triggered. WTI triggered at 34.92. It was a buy stop order. Unfortunately, it didn't go too far. It reversed from 35.30 level, so we can say that it was only take profit one hitting, and depending on you, you should have closed it at least at the entry level or with 10-15 points profit. USD Canadian Dollar also triggered. It was a sell stop order. It did touch 1.338 level and went a little even further down. So take profit one hit it, and you should have at least closed at the entry or some profitable levels. Gold was the main profit driver for yesterday. We had a buy stop at 12.47. It triggered. We have so far gone above take profit one, take profit two, and we haven't really hit the take profit three now. So you should at least have some. Well, approximately 140-150 pips profit for now. Now let's go back to our charts and see what we can really expect. Because I see some fresh people here, quite a few actually, more than 40% of the people here I've never heard of their names before. So my name is Yakub Rahimov. You can see my video over here, who I am. I'm one of the professional traders at A to Z Forex, and I'm also running the A to Z Forex Academy. So on most of the webinars that are being hosted, I'm present at least as a partial speaker. And you know, if you go back to my history, I've been nominated as the best trader of year multiple times, and here I am, you know, sharing and giving back to the community and trying to be a role model for some of you guys that has the desire and the will to learn how to trade. Now, what will we do today? The main question. Of course, we are going to be starting over the discussion from yesterday. And we'll continue furthermore on other elements, trying to find you know, entry levels on what we could do or what we could expect to do for today. We'll start today with USD Canadian Dollar. Yesterday we said that the candlestick of Wednesday daily candle was a continuation, bearish candle formation, and it was indeed correct. And I'm again saying that yesterday's candle was also a continuation bearish candle. So once again, I am not really bullish on USD Canadian Dollar. Indeed, I'm actually looking for possible highs to make a short. So what could we do possibly? I'm not going to be putting a pending sell limit order, but we could expect probably the pair to rise towards 1.35 level and from there onwards fall down. So look, avoid longing or shorting at this given moment, and after the NFP, if you see the pair rising to 1.35 level, then look for an opportunity to short it from there onwards. Your next target for this pair will be actually further down, and if you add negative 10% to this Fibonacci level that I've added over here, negative, you will see that our target remains then onwards to 1.33 level, which is negative 10%, or it's a converse 110% Fibonacci retracement zone. You can also see that it is pretty much coinciding with the 200 day moving average, which is a significant support level as well. So our preference for now, once again, is to sell at or above 1.35 level, with the targets towards initially at 1.3370 and last but not least 1.3303 level as our final target. Is it confirmed on hourly time frame? That's the main question, because we are not investors, we are intraday traders. We can see that on hourly time frame there is a divergence overall. You can see the market is making a lower low and a lower high, while MACD is making a higher high so far. So it is once again also coinciding with our expectancies that the market is expected to be going upwards for now. So you can see the support level that I was mentioning, 1.35 level, being quite a strong one overall, especially for the last week of February. And that being said, it gives us an opportunity to look for that level. My main sell level that I would really look for would be at 1.3553 level. 1.3553 level would be our sell level. Now let's move on to New Zealand dollar, US dollar. We didn't really analyze it yesterday, but if you remember, we were having a pending buy order sometimes last week at just above over here, and we basically said that we will be looking for a break above the 0.66 level in order to go long. So 0.66 has been achieved. We have been so far on 90 pips or so profit if you are still holding on to that entry. And I believe it is about time to exit this this entry, because we are getting close to the resistance level, which is this falling trend line that I have drawn. It's a long-lasting one. It's basically this one. If you look at it, it's the trend line that is combining basically the highs of June the 19th to the high of October the 16th. So if you combine them, you'll see that it's going to be a major support resistance level. Sorry, it was actually the low of June the 5th to the high of October the 15th. So it makes a very significant resistance level that so far we could see and acknowledge. Therefore, for now, we will avoid making any entry at this level, but we would be possibly looking for some short opportunities before the NFP is taking place. So look for the short opportunities. Your targets shouldn't be big targets. If you are shorting it, make like 30 pips or so stop loss. Basically, your short should be from 0.6765 level, more or less, with 30 pips stop loss. And your targets initially should be at 0.6730. And last but not least, we should be aiming to exit just around this level. And basically, I'm aiming for this candle's close, and that's 0.6698 level. You can ask, why am I really looking for this candle? This candle is a pivotal candle. It is a continuation candle over here. It means the market generally would find support or resistance overall at that level. Basically, I'm referring to this level. And if you put it backwards, you see that it actually does become a historic support or resistance. So that's the level that we are going to be targeting for short opportunities, and then from there onwards, maybe a little downwards from this level, we will be looking for long opportunities once again. This is for New Zealand dollar. Now, the baby trading pair of every Forex trader out there, the euro dollar. What is it that we can expect? Yesterday, I didn't analyze the euro dollar myself. It was another trader looking into these pairs overall. But if you remember me talking about it on Wednesday, I said that there is, forget about whomever telling you that you should sell the lows, but instead look for 61.8% to long the euro dollar. Indeed, this was the case for us. We have basically looked and did long euro dollar from 1.0840 level, which is 61.8% Fibonacci retracement zone, and our next target still remains intact, and that is 1.0981 level. You could increase it slightly, basically to this level, which is 1.10. But for 20 pips difference, I wouldn't really, make a much difference on it. If you haven't entered it during today, if you see an opportunity that the pair comes to 1.09 level more or less to this level and then bounces up, so you can still take advantage of it and long from 1.09 level, specifically from this candle, the 1.0908 level, and look for long opportunities for 1.0981 level. This would be our bullish targets. Meanwhile, if the market breaks below after the NFP, the level of 1.0910 level, then our views could change. Of course, initially to 1.0850 level once again, which is 61.8%, and then bearish targets would continue 1.0780. Last but not least, we would be looking for 1.0725 level as our targets. We have a question saying that how do we place a pending orders? After the webinar, approximately 1.5 or 2 hours after it, generally I upload the video as well as the text version of the video on a2zforex.com, just like over here. So if you look at it, let me just show you. If you look at these levels, these are pending buy limit, sell limit, or buy stop, sell stop orders, which means they are the levels that you can just place and leave it. So whenever it triggers because it's just a level hunting that I do for these pairs. And they are highly accurate signals. Hitting take profit one is pretty much 95, maybe 97% probability. So you can take advantage of it and go for it. Like as an example here, we longed gold yesterday from 12.47, and our target was 12.51. If we go back to now the chart over here, you see that the first attempt, the market only made 1,246, and the second attempt only then it broke above the 1,247, and it didn't go much below afterwards. The lowest low after it made was 1,245 or 44.24, and hitting our take profit one, which was 1,251 from here, was in no time, basically 40 pips in a couple of minutes. It was the same you can see on over here for crude oil. This was our target, and to hit our 25 or 28 pips target, we didn't need much time. Whenever it triggers, it basically is momentum hunting that we basically get the results pretty fast. So look for those levels. If it is written on A2Z Forex as a buy stop, sell stop, you can just place it. But of course, it's at your own disclosure. I don't accept any responsibility for your risk, profit or loss. There is another question: is there any time limit for these entries that is listed? Well, basically, unless I say that you need to close it by this specific time, no, it's just place it and leave it. Especially for the fact that I use Fibonacci. I not like some other so-called traders. I don't claim that I can tell when an entry will trigger. I just don't have a crystal ball. But generally, I place the entries either for that specific day, or I mention that it's for the next 2 days or 3 days, which is always written down or commented on the videos anyway. But today's levels, they are applicable until the NFP. So because we have NFP, as I said, I don't have a crystal ball. I can trade the market that I see because I don't have the crystal ball for NFP. I won't be able to basically place a pending order, especially for for the fact that spreads generally become much larger during NFP. So I wouldn't really hold these levels before the NFP. After the NFP, you see that the market is really obeying the levels, then you can continue and place it down. For crude oil, if we look at it, we yesterday had a pending buy order at just this trend line, 34.92 level. This is WTI, it's not Brent. So I will still hold on to my view on that. I believe that if we see a break above 34.92 level, we will continue and the targets will remain just like yesterday's targets. Basically, we will aim for initially 36.16 level as our overall immediate target. But on the other side, because we have NFP and we have another support line over here, on the other side, if we see that the market breaks below the 34.30 level, which is 150% Fibonacci retracement zone, then we could possibly change our mindset and go on the bearish side. Then our targets would become 33.86, 33.33, or 33.30 level over here, to be more precise, 33.25, and last but not least, 32.89 level as our 110% Fibonacci retracement zone. Moving on to gold, what can we expect? Well, we have a breakout from yesterday, as we discussed on daily time frame. It seems much better. So we have been waiting for this breakout for a really long time. So that's the reality now. The breakout is also above the 161.8% Fibonacci retracement zone. So the next target for us becomes as 1,300, which is 200% Fibonacci retracement zone. So would I recommend you to buy at this level? My answer would be no. Look for possible lows, especially the 161.8 level, and then you can look for further bullish entries. If you're buying it at 161.8, your stop loss should be approximately at 1,251 level. So basically, your aim should be to buy at 1,256, with your stop loss at 1,251, and targets initially at over here 1,264, which is right here, and 1,300 level. That would be our target. The final pair that we are going to be looking into, let's make it actually GBP USD because it's more volatile. So looking at the GBP USD, as I told you many days before already, that well, to be more precise, the last day of February and also earlier in March, the first couple of days, was that because the Brexit, it's just a fear, and also on the other side, it's not happening right now. So there needs to be a voting. Since it took the overall the vibe is going down a little bit for now. That was the main reason why we saw a reversal from 38.30 level, more or less. We had a pending buy order just at this level. So if you count that opportunity, you should be now by approximately 300 pips or so in profit. Furthermore, what could we expect for this pair for today would be looking at this level over here. Let me just go backwards one more time. We just needed confirmation. It is it's just like at this level, maybe plus minus 10 pips. So we would be looking for the pair possibly because of NFP, maybe other market developments in the coming days or maybe today, to drop to this level. And from here, we would be expecting to see another round of bullishness. And that another round of bullishness I believe will be capped at 1.4330 level, and that would be my target for GBP USD.